What's up, guys? This is Jason Gaming here, and I'm here to say my top 5 guest list characters. Wish list for my guest list of characters. But all right, let's get into it. We're gonna start with my number 1, who I want the most. Raiden, not the one from Mortal Kombat. Fuck that guy. Raiden from Metal Gear, specifically Metal Gear Rising. Now, if you watch 1 minute of gameplay of him fighting on that game, you should have no question as to why he's my best candidate on the list. Just look at his move, his sword leg attacks, and how his slow motion kill can easily be a grab or like a rage art. I shouldn't even have to say anything after that second sentence. I'm not even really like a fan of Metal Gear or anything like that, but I know he'd make a great Tekken character. Alright, next, Ichiko. This is kind of because of my deep-rooted love for the show and how I watched the anime to the end, but that's not going to be my number 1 reason. He has plenty of abilities that can translate into Tekken. His generic sword/projectile, or Zangetsu, but he doesn't really say that anymore because it's like too low level. But if you've ever played Bleach Heat the Soul, you know what I'm talking about. That one he does, it's like forward, and my settings was forward triangle. That's how I had it. The game does not have it like that. But alright, now I generally wouldn't give him that kind of range, but if Bakuma can just throw out fireballs left and right, I think so can Ichigo. And his flash step equates to Akuma's teleport, except I don't want you to see which direction he goes until he's actually there, like how Yoshimitsu's teleport worked. But I don't want it to be as slow as Yoshimitsu's teleport. His takes too long. Alright, for his rage art, he can just do a Getsuga Tensho. And for his rage attack, I want it to work kind of like Kazuya's. How he can transform. He can either go full hollow, like in his fight against Yukiora, or he can just put on the hollow mask. Now, if he goes full hollow, it wouldn't be too different. It wouldn't be too difficult to do because they wouldn't have to redo the whole body. They just have to, tear some of the fabric, whatnot, and they'd have to redo. They have to, remake the face. And for the tail, they can just copy paste Yoshimitsu's tail, just paint it white, along with the rest of his skin. And also, Yoshimitsu's like the only character with like a usable weapon. I think that's kind of odd. I think there should be at least one more person who can do it. And I don't mean Kanemitsu. She's cool, but it's not the same. She ain't really got reach, and her damage is pretty awful. Alright, next. Generator Rex. He's essentially a robot like Alyssa. He has a jetpack, so after he's run like 3 steps, he can like spread his wings and like tackle them. And he has literal iron fists, just like a few of the other participants in the game. And also, he has plenty of cool powers that would make for some great attack animations or stances. Like, look at this. Just have a look. Like, he has like a bunch of cool stuff he could use. I don't know his plan, but I'm gonna keep on talking so they don't try and go over it and like copyright it. I had it on free use, but it's other tracks on here. Yeah, Black Suit Spider-Man. This one didn't really have to be here, but once again, it's a lot of potential with him. His powers aren't too over the top, and his acrobatics he does will make some interesting combos, like how Dr. B has interesting combos. Like, if you've seen his movesets, he's like flipping, exploding himself. He sits on you and he jumps on your back for his back grab. I could easily see something like that, just assimilating into Spider-Man's gameplay. Like, Dr. B has a taunt, I think it is. It's a taunt where, he like cowers, like he's afraid to be hit. And then like Spider-Man could have that, but it could be a parry. And, nobody'd be expecting that. Then that hit him, and then, you just get hit with a parry, and, he has plus frames to get like a sweep kick or something on you. Alright, now for his rage art, they could just copy paste one of his specials from one of the crossover games he's been in. For example, Marvel vs. Capcom. For his second rage art, I want him to turn into Venom. and they can give him a True Ogre's move list with Gigas' body, and they could craft the Venom head and just give him a few more Tendril moves. Ogre had a little bit, but you know, they were kind of slow, and the only really useful one that was slow was his down two. And his rage attack could just be like a couple Tendril whip attacks. You know, he just whips them a little bit with his Tendrils. Alright, for the last slot, it's 2-in-1. Future Trunks with his sword. And I want him to hover as a default stance. Now, that doesn't mean like I want every attack to just, you know, like knock him out of the air. No, I just want it to just be like how he stands. Kind of like how Ermac stands in Mortal Kombat X. You know, he's just like hovering, but that's how he stands. Now, I want him to have a fly stance that moves three-dimensionally. Like Yoshimitsu's flee stance, how he can pivot left or right quickly to dodge a move. And to balance it, you don't have to do a jump kick. You can just like jab him out of the air. Or, you know, use a shotgun, laser, or a Hail Lancer him with Kazuya or whatever. His rage art can be how he killed Mecha Frieza. And how he killed Mecha Frieza, if you don't know, you know, he just like slashed him a couple times with a sword, and then he just blasted him away. And he'll have a Ki Blast, you know, it'll work kind of like Akuma's Hadouken, and you get the point. I mostly want him in just to see like some cool aerial combos, just like how Akuma's Hurricane Kick is, how he's just like flying and attacking. Like, I want all of his moves just to be done like while he's hovering. Like, just go watch some Dragon Ball Z gameplay of somebody fighting with Trunks or whatever, or just like anybody fighting. All of them are flying, and then they're just like doing all sorts of crazy moves and shit in the air. You know, I want it to be real theatrical, because, you know, Tekken is theatrical. While the characters look real, all of them possess superhuman strength to knock a motherfucker about 20 feet in the air. So yeah, I want to see some cool theatrics. Alright, next, Naruto. Teen Naruto. I say Teen Naruto because I think his character looks cooler, and also Shadow Clones. Shadow Clones are his base for his fighting style, and Raven does it, and Raven has it in a couple of his moves, so that means it's very possible. He can have a charge Rasengan, like Devil Jin's back 1+2 charge attack. His rage attacks, moves, and all the other good stuff can be copied from some of his previous games if the people are looking for inspiration. Which, you know, he has plenty of, so they'll have plenty of things to replicate and to fill his move list with and just make him great. It's not like they'd be running on like a dry slate on we don't know how to make his moves. He has plenty of games out. Just look at him. Just look at some of his games, look at the combos there, apply it, make it his 10 string or something like that. And yeah, for his rage art, you know, it could be him like entering this Sage mode, or just like any Nine-Tail mode. Yeah, woo, I'm out of breath. But yeah, that's my that would be my top 5 guest appearance characters if it was possible for Tekken 7.